place to call home. Luck, Stitch's crew hold a common thread, a misfit bunch where memories tread. They're guardians, so strong and true, protecting the crew as they journey through. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Way weavers weave a tapestry grand, unraveling mysteries hand in hand, sailing the waves beyond the stars they soar, forever seeking more and more. Explorers at heart with whimsy and glee, the Wanderpus crew set their spirits free, in pursuit of good with chaos untamed, to find a new place to make their names. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Luminaries' minds, curious and bright, they explore the unknown and seek the light. With every text and book unfurled, more is understood of this new world. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. On the ship set sail, a crew so bold, bound by the tales of the past they hold. In sea and sky, their spirits fly, as they search for a place to call home. Luck, Stitch's crew hold a common thread, a misfit bunch where memories tread. They're guardians, so strong and true, protecting the crew as they journey through. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Universe's hidden seams, propelling the crew to their hopes and dreams. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of our month of hell. This month, we are going to be playing the System Index Card RPG by Modifius, I believe is how you pronounce it. Games, and it's a really crazy cool game. It was Leo's suggestion to play it, and it feels like it's going to be a super cool game. All that said, like Nika said, the PNGs are down, so I'm not gonna bounce up and down, and the other people aren't gonna bounce up and down either, and that's sad. But we're gonna make do. We're gonna have to survive, everybody. I don't know if this game is really easy, real quick. If you're used to Dungeons and Dragons, you're used to these kind of rules. It is a more user-friendly version of Dungeons and Dragons kind of system. Would you say that's correct, Leo?
Pretty much. When it comes to the roles, it's a lot more straightforward and a lot less to consider when it comes to what makes a success and a failure.
Excellent. So if you guys see a 20, it's good news. Also, at the beginning of the game, we're supposed to set a challenge level, and for this game, the challenge level is very obviously 13. So, whenever they roll a 20-sider, they are looking to get 13 or higher. Just so we know. And now we'll just start introducing the players. But yeah, I look forward to giving this game a shot. All right, everybody. We have Leo, who is playing Leo.
Hello, everybody.
We got Nichol, played by Professor Winter.
Hey, anyone else feeling kind of stiff? Like not moving right?
Oh, I get it. We got Cat, played by Stoneghost.
Howdy.
And we got Patagon, played by Sept.
Hi, everyone.
So, after the events at Hymnal, Nichol, like your trade route over the forest has gotten way more dangerous. Like there have been many reports of crow attacks all up and down this side of the world. So like you got to find a safer route, or at least a different route. And safer is just really in the air right now, I guess, literally.
Yeah, and here I was hoping that maybe the whole thing with the Salamander King would make it easier, but nope, can never be that easy.
Oh yeah, you guys all made friends with the Salamander King yesterday. And like, let me tell you, Salamander King's on your side. Like, not like if you guys go to war, he's not going to bat for you, but you guys can travel around Dyad, and like, you are safe from his salamanders. So Salamander King's doing great, but like, so you put together this party, and let me tell you, I feel like this is the correct party to try to find like a path. Like, you got your communications, you got your like engineering little dude, and you got your political assistant. Not spy specifically, but you know, you got Cat. And everything you're like reading, like looking at the maps, all four of you like looking over it, and based on what Katorius been telling you, and Patagon was there seems to be a safe path up to the north. Like if you go over Katori's people and over the locks up there, that you might be able to just ride that river and just come at Yoke from above instead of from directly, like, instead of heading west, you just head north and then like make a big turn around the forest. And that feels good. Except, do you remember anything about that river though?
The one where we had the battle, or
Yeah.
I mean, there's a god of peace.
There's a god
Had
of
all
peace.
paths.
Yeah, I guess like that might be it. Like, you guys know that you will not be shot down there, because if anybody shoots at you, a giant fucking Loch Ness monster with ribbons of peaceful banners like floating down off of it will descend on them and destroy them. And as long as you don't raise a gun to anybody, like, you guys know that if you go to the mountain folks and start a fight, or I guess even maybe in a fight, that god is going to end that fight. So yeah, I'm going to like just do that then. Not kill you guys with a... But we're heading up here, Professor Winter. Alright, sorry, Nichol. As we're flying, everybody roll me a 20-sider, please. $15, okay. Okay, 2 from Nichol. 4 from Cat, and 14 from Leo. Alright. Patagon, something is wrong with the communications. And like, you've got like your headset on, like listening in, and you are picking up a bunch of voices that like you do not recognize. Like, you're hearing like it sounds like panic screaming, and it's coming from below you. Like it is picking up something directly below you.
All right. So thinking like fire or type panic, or is it?
Yeah, you can hear the flames in the background of the call, and it's just like it sounds like an entire city just bursting into flames and like people panicking.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't see flames, but I'm hearing flames. So I don't know if we need to circle around and check for some smoke or something. I mean, I can't make heads or tails as to what's going on here yet.
When you like, yeah, so Nichol, as you like look down, you see this thick green mist. Like you don't see any smoke, but it's just like, well, maybe the mist is smoke, but you don't see any flames from where you are, and like you think it's a good idea to lower the ship. Like I'm gonna tell you, based on that too, it feels like it's a good idea to take the ship down underneath whatever this mist is to try to figure out what's going on. And Leo, suddenly the airship, as you are going through the mist, it feels like you guys got hit.
Oh.
Like the whole airship rocks back and forth. Cat, you rolled a 4. How did you get hurt?
As airship rocks, see. Oh, I might fall out of my chair and land hard on my arm. Seems reasonable.
Yeah, for sure. And like as you're like nursing your arm, you don't see a shell, you don't see anything that did it, but suddenly a hole is ripped into the side of the airship, and it is letting this green mist like start flowing through. And directly outside, like once you guys get below it, this is what you see. It's like countless faces and hands reaching out of the river that you are near. In Patagon, you were suddenly reminded that water is the river Styx. Like that river that fills the lock.
Oh, yeah, we're on the river Styx. Yeah. Oh joy.
Leo, the airship is malfunctioning all over the place. Like everything's going wrong. Weapons are down. Nichol is fighting to keep a hold of the wheel so that you guys don't go down. Like everything on the ship is broken. What is the one thing that you managed to repair?
Well, when it comes to keeping the ship mobile, it would probably be the most important thing, especially since we're not supposed to be firing our weapons here, or else we'd be breaking some sort of we'd be breaking some sort of rule, correct?
Right.
We do not know. That Leo definitely doesn't know how far that reach goes. So repairing the weapons is definitely not his priority. Instead, he's gonna make sure that to keep the ship itself afloat. So as long as Leo can help fix the controls, that way Nichol can keep the ship basically airborne. That will be Leo's focus.
Absolutely. So yeah, as you guys go through, Patagon, the whispering starts getting like the voices are getting louder, and like you can hear more people, and like it feels so familiar to all of you what's happening. And suddenly, Nichol, the warship is right behind you. It's firing on you. The Bismarck key is right there.
Everyone, you need a brace now.
Yes, sir.
Right away.
It is gaining on you. It is so close. You see it. Like up ahead of you is the village of the Warpletingers, and that you're just trying to get to as fast as you can. And you see the laser, it's charging up and firing directly at the whole crowd. But you see it. In this moment, Soki stands up holding what looks like a bicycle horn with a red bulb, and he's about to squeeze it, and then a small laser fired from one of, like, small compared to the huge size one, fired from the Bismarcky, takes Soki's top of his body just clean off. It's just him standing there, one arm to his side, as his corpse collapses to the deck, and the giant laser crashes in to the village that once was saved, but now is not, as the entire village explodes into cascades of flames. The Wander crew is beset by the whales. On this ship, like, some of you fight back as valiantly as possible, but the ship crashes on a lone island. The only thing functioning is the steering wheel. Like, we have rotor control, but no propulsion. You four are surrounded by some of the corpses of your friends that were part of that mission, but for the most part, alone, crashed onto this island. What do you do?
Damn it.
That status report. Please, sound off. Who's still up? Who's still up and about?
Well, I'm up, but I don't think anything else is. Comms are nada. I'm not even picking up static.
I'm here. I don't hear anybody else either.
Not seeing anything here. I can't get the damn ship to respond.
Absolutely nothing. And, like, you guys, like, look outside, and this is the mechanic part of the game. I'm about to deal all of you 5 cards apiece, and on your turn, and we can decide whose turn goes in which order. You set down the card, and that will become that area. Like, wherever you set it down, that is that area. What is on the map. So whatever this is just placeholder on the bottom. But you can feel free to use that as well, whatever's down there. Those mountains, those little villages. If you guys want to use it, use it. And looking around right now, can you all give me... I think it's going to be like, what kind of checks do you guys want to do to know what you need? Do we think it's intelligence? Do we think it's wisdom?
I feel like in Leo's case, it's definitely an intelligence roll to see which pieces are broken, which parts need to be fixed, what needs to be replaced.
Yep, I think for Nichol it's going to be more wisdom. You know, the way he goes with a lot of his flying, it's by feel. What doesn't feel right? What at a glance can he tell? No, something's wrong here.
Yeah, absolutely. Patagon and Cat, do you guys want to roll intelligence? Do you want to, like, roll something else? Do you think you can find a different way? You guys you're not stocked on food either, for the record. Like, you're not starving because it's just happened, but keeping in mind that you will eventually need food.
Yeah, at least
I think intelligence is probably what I should roll for.
Yeah, I'll say int here just specifically for like the ship related, like comm system and all that. Yeah.
absolutely. So yeah, go ahead and you guys roll the rolls that you feel like are necessary, and I will. Again, you're looking for a 13. If you just click on it, it'll do all the work for us. Like, click on the stat.
Okay.
I love a good character sheet. Oh, fuck yeah, Leo. Oof. Okay, so Cat and Patagon. You two, it's not that you don't. What? Alright, so first, Nichol and Leo, what do we need? Like, what are the two most important things that we need to get this airship back up and running? Also, sorry, let me narrate a little bit. You guys walk out, and the airship is crashed into the ground. Like, again, we know that the steering still works because we can watch as Nichol like turns the wheel. The outside you can see the rotors go and like turn the rockets different directions because we do use rockets because we stole them. But you can look up, and the sky is that sunset feel, but it's not sunset time. You see a giant rift. You see the rift that got you guys here. You see the shell that Nichol piloted through perfectly the first time you guys were here. You see it. It's up there. That could get you back to Liminal. That is the only way that you know to get back to Liminal. Is to fly straight back up through that and get as much help as you can. Because you know if that stays open, the whales are going to find Liminal. So yeah, so what's the best course of action to get that done? So what do you need, basically?
I'd say the first thing is to something to repower the rockets and the engines in order to get this thing moving. Ideally, get it moving up, but if have to scrape the ground to get it back airborne, so be it. But right now, it doesn't matter if the engines can move if the engines don't do anything.
Do we think parts of the engine fell out and are like scattered around the landscape, or are you trying to build your own from scratch?
I think maybe a couple parts and also probably a good bit of fuel as well.
Okay, so fuel and like an engine, all right, absolutely. And Leo, what would we need to like get that engine back installed and get this ship working?
To get the engine back installed, mainly we would need some sort of like a durable metal that can keep the engine in place. With how much it moves, and especially with us getting attacked often enough, we need something that can keep all the parts of the ship at least stable enough to get us through that rift. Whatever big repairs we need to do, we can get it done once we're back in the symbol. But for now, we just need a temporary fix that can get the pieces from falling out of place. Last thing we need is for the engine to jostle out of where it should be at a crucial moment.
Okay, so we're looking for just like a patch job.
Something stable enough, just something stable enough for the time being.
All right, absolutely. Okay, so this is Cat and Patagon. What do you two believe is important, even though it's not? Like what do you two think is the most important thing that we do right now? But like, full-heartedly think of it. Like, do you absolutely need to get communications back up, even though it's basically an incredible long shot and will take more materials to do? Or do we need to try to locate any survivors, even though we know?
Yeah, I think I was kind of thinking a combination of those two. You know, where basically
sure.
try to get the communication up to try to find anybody who might still be alive in the area. You know, like blast out and be like, hey, you know, we're still here. Come this direction. But yeah,
Okay, what do
even
you
though
need?
we know it's probably a long shot.
Yeah, what do you need to amplify your signal?
Well, right now, since we don't even, it'd probably be a power source or similar without the engines and anything else. We're trying to either like fire something enough to generate some amount of energy to make the communication happen, essentially. So,
Oh yeah, I fully support the idea of needing to find like a power source, despite the fact they are already looking for a power source. That's funny.
yeah.
She's like, no, we'll work together, but I want it for a different reason. And Kat, what's your main goal?
Maybe try and possibly recruit some locals to look for survivors.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Alright, so I have dealt you each 5 cards. Those are going to be the markers for it. So when you start your turn, whoever wants to go first, play a card wherever you want to on the map. Like if it's next to you, you can get right to it. Or you can stay working on the ship, but like every turn you are still at it. You don't have to go to the place that you put down. You can visit something else, but you have made it real when you put it down. So who wants to take the first turn?
I can play a card.
Sure, what we got?
Let's see. We'll play. This wagon.
Okay. Is that... Who's there?
That'll be a... May be a nomadic tribe that is traveling the area.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, these folks that, like, saw you all's airship, like, crash, approach, they are Warpletinger folks, the same as everybody else here. You guys can still hear in the distance explosions of the pirates, like, taking over nearby islands. Like, the pirates are looking for you, they're just not here yet. So, yeah, they approach. Oh, what is it? And yeah, they introduce themselves as Lepre. It's like, we are the Lepre. Pleasure to meet you all. I wish it was on better circumstances. Do you need anything out of any of our wares? We have many things that might come in handy as long as you have the coin.
As you can see, we have some issues here that we're trying to solve. We're looking for possible survivors, and we may need some help finding things to fix the ship up a little bit.
Possible survivors, you say? And it's just like, and materials. Now, we're not free. We accept trade of, if you don't have our coin, we accept whatever you may have. How could we come to an agreement on this? You notice that they have, Leo, actually, you're gonna notice that on their walls, they have a lot of, like, tower shields. Clearly, like, ancient and, somewhat rusted, but, sorry, Leo, there's tower shields on the wall lining this wagon, somewhat rusted and ancient, but still good metal.
Ah. So would that would be able to work for repairing this, for keeping the engine in?
Yeah, I would give that, like, to you as some of the metal that you need, as long as you could find a way to forge it down.
Okay, that would be very useful. What would they want in exchange? Because I imagine this wouldn't be a free thing, unless I missed that part.
Oh no, they trade in coin or items, and like they are not aware that this is the end of the world for them. They do not know the whole scale of what's happening around the world.
Fair enough. And I imagine the coin that the group does have might not be, because I imagine we would have money from.
Oh yeah,
but
you have liminal money.
Yeah, but I imagine that might not be the same here. Wool protectors. Yes, thank you.
What did I say?
Oh no. I'm just reading what was wrote in this. Yes, that was it. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. So I imagine the coin wouldn't be good enough, and if not, what would he be willing to like? Is there something that we could get for him nearby that might be able to be sufficient, like for a trade?
Yes, you could. And like, I'm gonna add this to the map. It is a dark forest that leads into like the mountainside. I'm gonna move it closer. Don't worry, again. That is in there. There is said to be a white heart. If you bring them back the antlers of this majestic creature, they will trade anything. They will give you anything that you need.
Okay. We'll see. We'll see what we can do.
Also, if you guys wanted to make any rolls, like charisma, like rolls or anything, absolutely. Just let me know, like how you're trying to like talk them into things.
Oh, yeah. Whoever's willing to try to throw that in there, go on ahead.
I do have to ask one thing. Do we have to make sure that the white heart is alive after we get the antlers, or does it not matter?
Oh no, it doesn't matter to me. Like, I just need those antlers for a project.
Good.
There are a lot of fire alarms going on outside. Well, fire truck.
Oh no.
Yeah. That's a really loud one. I have to stay muted. I was about to start talking.
Oh, good. Yeah, we heard that one. Let us know when you're good.
Yeah, we can't turn off the alarm system in the airship.
Yeah.
It just will not stop. Like, it just constantly goes off at random. It's like it's canon. But yeah, you guys could get further in. You could get the trade for the shields, but you will have to like go further into the forest. And Kat, did you want anything else to do, or was that going to be your whole turn? Because even just introducing somebody is a perfectly reasonable turn. But if you wanted to try to like wheel and deal with them, I'm here for that as well.
I'm gonna ask if they have a spare wagon that we could have or borrow or purchase to go along with.
The leader like strokes his chin and looks back, and he sees that you see that he's looking at one of his wagons, and like attached to it is a donkey, and he's just like, well, for a price, I might be willing to. Like, can you guarantee that you'll bring it back in one piece?
Absolutely.
Can you roll me a charisma? If you want, this is gonna be. We're looking for a 13. Is like every time they make a roll, we're looking for a 13. Unless you can tell me how being part of the Wander crew makes this easy for you, and then you're only looking for a 6.
Well, once our ship is back in the air, we have We do have a pretty extensive amount of stuff that we just have to be able to get to it, and that wagon would come in real handy.
Okay, so a promise. Like, of, like, getting them more stuff. Like, okay, yeah, I like it. Roll me a charisma, and we're just looking for a 6. That's enough. That'll be, was that 12?
It was a 12.
Yeah. So yeah, they absolutely, and they pull it out, and you notice that this wagon, despite being like just a wagon, like a cart attached to it, does have a seat. It's going to be a 4-wheel wagon, not just like a pull one. You guys could all sit in it to travel, and it's probably good because you guys just crashed an airship and not in the best conditions. Like, how are you all feeling, by the way?
Wrist is a little tender from where I fell on my arm.
And that's wild. Kat, you remember falling on your arm in the new world. Like, not, you don't remember, it's just like you have a flash of just like, no, we were not running away from the Bismarck Key. We were trying to find a trade route. And then, like, it kind of, like, becomes ethereal, the thought, you know?
Might be phantom pain from the experience stuck in my head.
Right, yeah. But yeah, so you guys have a cart, able to, like, you can gather so many materials with this. And if you kill this white stag and get these horns, and get these antlers, you'll also get the shield.
Mhm.
But you will all realize that it takes time. It will take time to do this as well.
Of course.
I'm done with my turn.
Sure. Who wants to go next?
I could throw a card into the map next.
Sure. What we got?
Interestingly, considering where the cart and the forest is, I got this card that could maybe be a little bit of an in-between. Whee! A little pathway that leads us to that there.
That does look like the appropriate card. Is it just what's the path like?
The path itself, at least the road itself, seems well paved, well traveled, but the area around it, it's already, you can see that it's kind of wooded already. It's sort of like a little like preview of what to expect over here. So it's not as dark, but definitely dark enough for stuff to be hiding under it.
Right. So like a little bit paranoid, Leo, like making sure like things aren't looking for you. I mean, out under some of the bushes, you definitely spot eyes.
Yeah.
Roll me a int check to to see how you do, like if you can figure out who and what is like stalking you. Oh yeah, that did it, and then some.
Paranoia leads to alertness, apparently.
Leo, because you're a rabbit, like you see the natural predators of the Warpvoltinger people around, like in these woods. They are large coyote demons. They're not really demons, but they call them demons. They have bony protrusions above their brow line that look like horns and are used as not as horns, that's just, bragging things. But how do you scare them away? How do you know? What do you do that scares them away? And how do you know that will work?
The coyotes, I imagine they basically they thrive on being able to be sneaky. Sneak attacks are their thing. Their courage is a lot less, a lot less if you know that they are present. So Leo, in order to basically alert them and to kind of frighten them, the group would see him taking in a rather deep breath, which, as the crew knows, Leo has a loud voice when he needs to. So they might want to cover their ears or any auditory sensors that they have, because he is about to yell. he's about to yell out, with his usual thunderous words that he usually has, to basically just shout at them to leave. Like he just takes a deep breath and just get here, just really loudly, just to really like let all them coyotes know, like, yeah, we see you. Don't try this.
You see multiple of these like dire coyotes, which just means they're only a little bit. I mean, they're nowhere near what a dire wolf is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like they go like barrel rolling backwards, kind of like the goats from Elden Ring. As like Leo shouts into this bush, and you guys see like the whole impact, and wasn't just like one or two. He was right though. They were getting ready to ambush you from all sides. There was at least a pack of 13. But as you said, they're cowardly. And you know that they're going to be looking for another one, but they are wary of you guys as a group. So yeah. And then you get like you guys are right outside the entrance of the forest where the white stag is supposed to be. Peacefully, like nobody had to like Leo solved that problem. Who wants to put down a part of the map now?
I can go ahead with the next one.
Sure. And remember, you can put it down and not go there. Because like you could just set it down and instead go into this forest.
Okay, that actually works for me. And what I put down is actually it's a watchtower that's near this presumably Walpertinger city, and they saw the airship go down. Honestly, given as loud as Leo was, they may have even heard the yell. And I imagine at this point, it's not going to be something that comes into effect right now, but more of a clock that starts ticking. They're probably going to start investigating one or both of those.
Oh, yeah. Okay, can you roll me... This is a wisdom. Can you roll me a wisdom? You can still go into the forest if you want to. Absolutely. This is a wisdom check for something else.
Yeah, I was still playing go to the forest, but wisdom check coming.
Thank you very much. Oof. Okay. Unless... this was a 4. He has 2, so he can raise it to 6. Can you tell me... And I think this will actually be easy. They are... Patagon might be able to help you with this. Oh, also, Leo, take 1 hero token. Or hero coin.
Oh,
I really liked the using thunderous word. Patagon, can you roll me a wisdom as well? This one, I know you have 0, and we're looking for over a 13 now.
All right.
Yep. Hey. You got it. So, Patagon, you see that watchtower from quite a distance is using semaphores. Like they're flagging like something. They are... Which one are they mentioning? Professor Winter, once Patagon is able to tell you, are they talking about going to explore your airship, or are they talking about trying to find you guys? Because you're right, they heard the crash and then they heard the thunderous word. So which one do they think is either important or a threat?
I think they'd probably be looking for us. The airship is very obviously broken. They probably saw that the people heading out and then heading towards that well-known dark and dangerous forest, and then that yell, which was probably enough to make their hair stand on end. The question there is whether they're in danger or whether they are in danger, and it's probably a good idea to find out which fast.
Right, absolutely. They're on their way towards you, but they're not going to be able to get here this turn. So as you all approach the dark forest, how do you guys go about hunting this creature?
I'm going to use my shadow ability, which makes everything but my shadow invisible, and go into the forest and hunt for it.
What? That's probably what role do we think that is?
We'll say dexterity.
Okay, so like you so you found it basically immediately as you're invisible, like you see it, and are you lining up the shot? Is that why it's dex, or
wait, hang on. Let's see.
or is it just sneaking around and that's yeah, you're right. Yeah, let's roll dex for hunt.
Okay. Oh, come on.
Yikes. Alright. So it's a 6. Have you done anything with the You've snuck around with the Wander crew before, right?
Yeah. Snuck into that city. Granted, I don't think it happened yet. Oh yeah, the first mission we went into that mansion and
No, yeah, you did. Like the cooking.
Yeah.
When we realized Valentina's a really good waitress. Yeah, okay. So Kat has brought you all like sneaking through the forest. Couple mistakes. Kat like repeatedly like correcting you guys is like sneaking for him, and then you see it up ahead of you, and this person called it a white stag. It is very much closer to a white rhinoceros. Like it is basically the size of a rhinoceros with a thick hide, with a huge branching set of like elk antlers that have leaves like growing out of it and little flowers blossoming. And it's just like casually drinking out of a pond.
Is that what sex look like in this world? Oh goodness. Anybody have any ideas on how to take this down? Quickly?
I was gonna say quickly is definitely where we want.
Yeah, preferably quickly.
Well, if we get close, I could probably find a few places to try to stab the thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say likewise. If we can, I can try to take the chainsaw to a leg or something to, mobilize it.
Yeah, I would say like the antlers are the size of like, not like ancient trees, but like a tree that you might find in like a common American's like backyard. I don't know if that's the size. Like a small tree.
They're still pretty decent branches.
Still pretty like branches, and they're big. It's probably if you took you could almost reach your hands around it, Nichol. Like you could almost get your thumbs to touch and your fingers to touch. On both sides, on both antlers, at the base of them.
Well, if the four of us can coordinate an attack at the same time, that might be able to take it down quickly enough before it can retaliate. If you think that could work.
Yeah, if nothing else, I think the question is, once it knows we're here, whether it's going to try the fight move or the flight move. If it's fight, I got an idea.
Okay. I trust you on that. For this coordinated effort, I think I would be best off from a distance. As Leo gets his bow out, the old sure shot that he was given a while back. What about you three? How do you feel would be best?
I can take the pistol and try and aim for a vital spot.
Yeah. I could go for like a back leg, possibly, try to
Or just straight up fucking like hamstring it with a chainsaw?
Yeah, like Nichol said, I mean, if it tries to flight, at least maybe it'll be injured and be slower at least. Until we know what its reaction's gonna.
Yep, and as for Nichol, he's going to try to goad it into the fight mode rather than flight. It wouldn't be the first time he did it as part of the crew. In fact, that's how he got the crystal for his crystal sword back in that little incident in Parliament City.
Okay, alright. Nichol, you roll me a easy roll, so a 6 or above, but it's gonna be charisma for you to for you to draw it out. And then, yeah, absolutely. It is going to fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. It's gonna see as like red cloak, like your red cape, and it's just gonna. Wait, do you have the red cape yet? Yeah, you do, right?
Yeah, I do have the red cape thanks to that oracle. So what I'm going to do is, take a moment there, use my tail to splash a bit in the water, then, wave a hand, wave the cape, and then flip it off with both hands. I don't know if that'll work, but, might as well go the whole hog here.
And you see immediately, like, it looks almost like it has either rhinoceros or, like, elephant-like feet, but the second you flip it off, you see huge claws, like retractable claws, spring forth out of it, almost like, not like cat claws, but like mole claws, as it digs the earth and starts, like, huffing, like, back and forth, and it does not see Patagon and Cat approach it from behind.
Oh, so Big Boy's got some claws too, huh? How nice for you.
Alright, Cat and Patagon, can you two make your attacks against it? I think these are probably both dex checks, right? No, wait, not for, it's strength for Patagon. It's definitely dex for Cat.
Okay.
These are, based on his massive success, I'd probably say it. Yeah, you guys would have got it anyway. Yeah, you guys fucking nailed it. Oh, Patagon rolled a natural 13. No, wait, not a natural 13. Sorry, that's 12 plus 1. The second we see a natural 13, it's gonna get wild.
So close.
But yeah, so, Kat, where did you shoot at it that, like, hindered it?
I'm gonna shoot it in the eye.
Oh, yeah, it's charging at, Nichol. Like, and Nichol's just standing there ready for it. And like, you see these massive claws going into the ground, and then you catch it right in the eye. And you're just using the, like, standard crew pistol, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, it collapses for a second, and as it tries to get back up, like, its legs are right there exposed to you, Patagon. Like, you can just hamstring this thing right now.
Yep, and sure enough, I do just take right to the, what I would assume would be some sort of Achilles heel type.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, and like, yeah, you rolled high enough that strength just fucking like cuts right into the leg. The chainsaw is nasty. The chainsaw wants more. Like, once you get it in there, it's spinning up more. Like, it keeps going. It doesn't, like, take the leg fully off, but you realize that you're a little bit out of control of this thing.
Oh, it definitely, it's thirsty today. Oh.
Yeah, I think that's what the wild part is. You know how, like, the chainsaw is just a rotating chain. As it goes into, like, the section where you can't see it, it comes out the other side clean. But then, like, more blood goes in and comes out clean. Over and over.
Spooky.
Leo.
Alrighty.
Like, the shot is good. Like, it can't move right now, and it's just, like, rearing its head up. One of its eyes has already been, like, dealt with.
Leo is hoping that with his shot, it can put the poor thing down. And with it not moving, he can definitely align the shot better than he normally would a moving target.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me that. Definitely Dex. Yeah.
Would it be considered normal, easy, or hard?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. Can both Patagon and Cat, and can you both roll me the tools weapon one, the 1d6 that's right there? Like the tools and weapons roll, just give that a click so I know how much damage you're doing to it. I forgot that this game really counts damage.
Yes. 9 damage.
Yeah, seriously. Alright, it is not doing great.
Alrighty. Well, here's hoping this hits. With it as it is. Would an 8 work on this guy as he's down there? Like,
Yeah, I would say that these two made it easy for you. And were you just aiming to quick, just done? Like, don't make it suffer, just end it as fast as possible? Or are you just just firing randomly?
No, Leo is trying to put the poor thing down. He knows this is necessary, but he's not happy to have to do it, you know?
Understandable.
And let me roll the tools and weapons.
Oof, 1.
3 damage.
Oh, 3. Oh, okay, so 3. So there's a total of 50. Yeah, okay, that's exactly how much health this thing had.
Mhm.
And it's it releases one of those really honking cries that elks do that sound really weird, as it just goes down and its head crashes against the ground. But you guys have killed it, and also it's a lot of meat, and there are other things than just these antlers on this guy. But looking at your wagon, the wagon might not fit as much as you got, but it's more than you guys could have carried.
Mm-hmm. So
we're Oregon trailing this thing, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. Leo looks at the little thing, not the little thing, to the big thing that's dead. He just kind of silently apologizes to it. Not much he can do about it. Had to be done, but he still feels.
Yeah, I'm going to put a hand on Leo's shoulder, and probably not going to be the right thing to say, but eventually you get used to it.
Here's hoping it doesn't happen too often. Let's see what we can get. Let's see what we can bring back.
All right. So obviously, you guys will be able to take the antlers right off. You got a chainsaw. You can handle this. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but you can get it done. Do you guys want to roll intelligence to see what else you can get from it?
Okay. We can.
Or you guys can just tell me what you could get from it. That's also fine.
Oh, okay. Guess everybody pitching their idea. Pitching their ideas. What you got?
Well, mine here, since I was down by the claws, I noticed because they're retractable that they're very razor sharp, and they'd be great to either use as improvised weapons or tips for spears or whatnot. So we definitely want to extract as many of those as we can.
Oh yeah. I don't think it's necessary to make a roll for that. You guys can just take those claws, use every part basically. But yeah, add Claws of the Beast to your inventory. It is a resource you guys could either use it as a trade good, or you could use it as a weapon, or you could use it as a material. If you could tell me how you use it as a material to repair the ship, if that's what you guys wanted to do.
Ooh. It could be useful.
What else do you guys find?
So, well, if we need food, I heard liver is a good source of iron. So we could grab the liver.
Yeah, absolutely. Comes right out. It will feed you guys for days. Do any of you have any cooking background? It's the one time we don't have characters in the game that are cooks to dry the meat.
Well, funny thing, since this is at this time frame, Nichols actually still has the burn ability,
Oh.
so he can probably make sure it isn't raw anymore.
Oh yeah, just cook it up.
That's good. That's useful.
Absolutely.
Well then, we have the food. We have the claws. Might we be able to get the horn itself out? Because you did say it was pretty much a rhinoceros, and what kind of rhinoceros doesn't have a rather majestic horn on the front?
Oh, you're right. You're right. Of course, it has a giant like spire-like horn and antlers. So yeah, you see this horn, and it's a big one. The trick is going to be getting it out in one piece. You could see how you could like cut it at the base, but you wouldn't be getting the whole horn.
So it requires like more precise incisions then to get it out without it cracking and like
Right.
partway
I
through.
think it's strong but brittle. Like if we hit it the wrong way or if we cut it on the wrong grain, it's gonna shatter.
Okay. So then Leo's gonna need to be precise with his cuts as he works about bringing the horn out. Okay. So with his crystal tipped spear, because the one that you've seen it in his art where it's got like it's sharp and it's kind of hooked.
Absolutely.
So he's going to use that spear to try to carefully cut it open and get the horn out. Hopefully while he's cutting it, somebody's holding the horn just in case, like, in the event that he does cut it loose, that it doesn't fall. Could somebody hold onto the horn for me while I cut this?
All right, I can do that.
Thank you.
All right, so yeah, go ahead and give me a dex check, Leo.
Okie dokie.
Oh yeah, fucking just killed it. Well, it was already dead, but yeah. So you get the whole thing out and like able to like, and this is heavy. It's so heavy.
Oh, this definitely needs to go in the cart. Oh boy.
Right. Let me give you a bit of help with moving the thing.
Thank you.
So yeah, the wagon itself currently has, I'm gonna say 12 retractable claws, 1 cooked liver, antlers, and a horn. Did you find anything else, Nichol? Or it doesn't have to be just on this creature. It could be in the area if you can't think of anything from this creature that is left. But
Well, I think probably not from the thing itself, but I imagine with a beast this large, that lived this long to be this big, this majestic, probably that river or lake it was drinking from probably has some especially good, especially pure water, which is something else we'll need along with the food to keep going for a little while.
oh yeah, absolutely. Add a bunch of like pure spring water to like we can just. You guys can fill up a bunch of canteens because you guys have them. It's not like they would have gotten destroyed in the airship. They might have, but let me tell you, there were a lot of extra canteens laying around, if you know what I mean.
Just some spares,
Just some people like the number of people that needed the canteens does not match the number of people that lost the canteens.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
It's fine. It's fine. We're fine.
Leo in just cold denial about what's going on.
It's just fine. It's gonna be fine.
All right, Patagon, what do you got to add to the map?
All right. Well, I think I want to use this. Similarly, in the distance, you can see looks to either be a deity type statue or something. But what really caught Patagon's eye is that it was glowing somehow, like either by a firelight or something either catching light. It could have been a prism, but it was definitely like almost like a lighthouse. Like you could see like this pulsing strobe of light coming from this direction. It's like, well, that looks interesting. But of course,
Absolutely.
because it's probably some sort of religious artifact, we'll probably be finding somebody guarding it.
All right. And did you guys want to were you gonna go back to the wagon, or were you guys gonna head that way? Or yeah, or stick together or split up? It's all up to you guys.
Yeah, I think we need, at least Patagon was going to go back to the wagon and complete the herd objective and deal with the trading and everything.
Yeah, I'd rather make sure we can secure what we can definitely get first before we attempt to get anything else.
Oh, absolutely. I'm with you. So move back over here. And when you guys get back to the wagon, there is a group of other Warboltingers, and this group seems like they're armed guards. And as they approach, they point spears at you and they ask, what is going on? And they see what's in your cart, and their faces turn ashen. And like the group that sent you out after them also just like are doing the like fidgeting with their hands, trying not to look at what's in your cart right now. And they're like, what did you do?
What we were asked to do.
And it's like, you murdered the... And like, they are definitely like currently like fizzling out a little bit, but you guys are saved. Like that was our town's protector. Oh wait, it's actually there we go. I forgot how I spelled it. And as like they say it was the town's protector, you see one of the whale's ships fly over this island. They are looking for you. How do you hide?
See, I'm gonna try to book it to the nearest tree. Try to like become one with the tree.
One with the tree.
If it's all right, I'd like to actually try to make a little bit of weather, like a little bit of cloud call, basically, or something like that, create a bit of fog to, make us harder to see.
I'm gonna use my shadow ability again.
Absolutely. And how are you hiding, Leo? Or are you hiding?
Well, in Leo's case, he looks a lot like the Warboltingers for the most part. He could technically, what he's going to do is kind of be within the wagon itself and kind of sort of hide in plain sight compared to the rest of them, because he doesn't have any fancy abilities to hide. But he looks very much like the people around here. He may be mistaken for just another villager.
All right. So Patagon, I'm going to need you to roll me a dex. Cat, I think you becoming invisible, you don't even have to hide because it's not like you're moving. And I don't think they're going to be able to even see your shadow. And Nichol, I think it is probably a wisdom for your magic use.
All right.
Okay, yeah, that'll do it.
Why
Is
does
that
it
a
look like a 2? No, it's not a natural. It's an 18
it's 18 plus 2, but it just looks like a 2. But
It looked like a 2 for a second.
These dice are fucking wild.
They scare me.
And Leo, can you roll me a charisma? But this is easy. You've pretended to be a Warboltinger before.
Oh, jeez. Nope.
Oh!
That one.
Now, because this game is not Quest, if you want to use your hero coin, You can.
I definitely do, because woof, that nat 1 would be scary right now.
It's gonna be real bad if you use a hero coin, like the hero coin, and fail it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna try. I
All
will
right.
spend the hero coin and hope for the best. Frankly, I rolled so low. Doesn't matter which one I roll. Then either way is the equal shot. So I'm gonna just re-roll instead of adding the d12 because pretty bad.
Yep. Go for it. Oh, is that
Another
a
one.
second one? That was a one
Yes.
twice in a row.
Oh no!
Yikes!
Oh no!
They
Yikes!
wanted-
Yikes!
I've never seen double ones. That's a first for me.
I've rolled double ones in fucking Baldur's Gate and been really embarrassed about it.
I've done it.
Oh no!
These
That's
lasers come down, guys. Like, as this group is like trying to rebuke you for killing their creature, you see these lasers rain down and blow this cart up. And all of these Warble-Tingers around here, they were not ready for it. Real quick, like, Leo, you could get a shield up real fast. And, like, Patagon and Cat, like, you guys aren't seeing it. Nichol, like, you are dodging the explosions, like, underneath your mist, but they are in the open. Like, and Leo, in front of you, you weren't able to make your shield big enough as a reflex. Like, at the last second, you realized you were getting fired at.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, your shield was not strong enough to protect you from all damage, but it does protect you. What part of you gets hit? Let me roll how much damage it's going to be. And then you tell me. Ooh, okay, so it's 6. And you guys have 10 HP for the record.
Considering it's 6, it's gonna be a substantial hit.
You guys get away from this. Like, you guys are going to be able to crawl. You guys will be able to, like, drag Leo however you do it. And I want you to roleplay it for sure. But roleplay getting out, but Leo is very damaged.
With as big of a shot as that was, a good chunk of Leo's leg is missing.
Oh, sick. Like, knee down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Patagon's just like, welcome to the club. Fist bump. Flipper bump.
It is it's quite the club to be a part of.
It's like, yeah, you guys, like, how are you getting him out of there, Cat? You're going to be the closest one. Like, and you see it. Just this fucking onslaught. Just bodies. Like, Warble-Tinger bodies everywhere. The cart is destroyed. The goods in the back of the cart are destroyed. But you guys can get your wagon. No, not with 2 ones. With 2 ones, it has to be. The wagon's gone too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Let's see.
Oh, Cat, for narrating it, where are you dragging him to? Put a map card down. Because it will be your turn again. Like, where do you run to safety? If you don't have a card that's safe, that's even funnier. Like,
Do
if
this.
if you have to run somewhere dangerous to get away from this.
Oh, the ferryman's here? That what I'm
Oh
seeing?
shit!
So I found a boat that we can load up into and try and get out of the area.
Let me can I put the boat up here? Do you mind?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's like, yeah, you guys hop on a boat and you hear the voice that you heard telling you that you weren't gonna cheat him before. And he's just like, how's it going a second time? And he looks over at Leo and sees, like, the leg missing as he is slowly rowing you down the stream. You guys haven't had to pay for this trip? And, like, it's all, like, hazy, even how you got into this boat. How are we treating Leo? Like, who's keeping Leo from going into, shock?
I do not have the skills for that.
Yeah, it's like the best idea I could come to is I'm going to use one of the claws to try to at least make the wound as clean as I can. Hopefully,
Oh, surgery with the claw. Absolutely. Yeah,
That-
give me
that-
a.
this I can do. With
Yeah,
And
this is an
actually-
intelligence. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say there, I've also tried to help out by trying to use, well, for lack of a better word, a controlled burn to help cauterize as he's doing the surgery to try to help him out.
Okay, yeah. First, Patagon, give me a int check. This is hard.
Mhm. Okay.
So you gotta roll higher. You gotta get higher than 18. You have 3 in your int, so we need a 15 on this roll naturally. We'll see, and we'll see if Professor Winter needs. Nope. Yeah, Professor Winter. For flavor, you are still most certainly helping with this.
That's a natural 13.
I got a natural.
It is a
13.
natural 13.
I'm
Oh, that's
sorry,
a.
Leo.
That counts as like a fucking Leo. Like
Uh-huh.
you see, like your eyes just like roll into the back of your head as this surgery is happening, and like it's terrible. Like you start seeing. Please, Leo, tell me one scene from the future, from between this moment and season 3 where we are right now, where Leo succeeded in the game, or like just a thing that we haven't actually seen, but you fail that. What is that moment that you fail?
A moment that I have failed. On a more recent one? Remember that first visit to Happenstance where we fought that big old robot?
Yeah, for sure.
What happened if Leo wasn't able to save his boy Tarkus?
Oh shit. Yeah, Leo, what do you like? How did that robot destroy Tarkus? And what did it look like?
First off, if you're watching Tarkus, sorry that I just threw you under the bus like this, or under the bot. But with the way it failed was basically he tried to rally the group, like he did earlier, but the robot was able to basically knock Leo out of the way before he could manage to do that call. Without that call, you've seen how the bugs got rallied over it, but without it, maybe they weren't as courageous and they backed off, which gave the robot time for basically the Junkerbot to basically tear apart Tarkus for whatever materials that it was looking for, as it always does.
Oh
So,
shit. The Beetle
pieces-
Boys.
Yeah,
The
so
Beetle
just,
Boys turned into cowards.
So pieces just flying every which way as it looks for that core that it seems to be wanting.
And then you see it. It gets Tarkus's core, and you see it like staring at this strange object that we've never actually explored. We've never actually like seen it in action, and it looks at it back and forth and just kind of like shakes it, and you see it pull this small like crystalline like humanoid figure that represents like Tarkus's ghost, and just goes crunch into like crystalline powder between his hands, and then you see it force the object onto himself without Tarkus being in it anymore, as like he's just gone. Like not just Tarkus is a ghost like loose, Tarkus's ghost is dead. And you guys, like your eyes come back and grief hits Leo. Like he's down a leg, he's in massive pain, but like he can't even feel his leg like missing. It's just the grief of watching Tarkus die in front of you.
All my fault. It's all my fault. I let him die. I couldn't save him. It was all my fault.
Leo, can you hear me, Leo?
No one's dying today.
As you say that, the boatman just chuckled. All right. Yeah, so Kat, you put down the ferryman. Leo, you went after? Yeah. Leo, how are we getting out of here? Like, what do we see as, like, this can be a couple days pass as you guys, like, ooh, you don't have the food or the water anymore, though.
Let's see.
So
Huh.
for Leo is, you guys need medicine for Leo. Like I know this isn't Don't Let Us Die in the Dark of Night situation. It's not that game, but like you guys need food and water and medicine for Leo because he is in a bad way.
For a location that they could find part way. Some of these mountainsides that they see, these pathways, some of them work as natural. They were like hollowed out as like natural like defenses, natural little fortresses, and they find one of the entrances. Like
Oh, sick.
they see this like in this mountainside that seems just perfectly normal. They see this built-in pathway, stairs, like a spiked gate. Clearly, this is like a natural like a natural little like defense that the Warpletingers have built for these mountain paths.
Yeah. Everybody, tell me a room that is in this place. Like, yeah, this is a full like hidden fortress. Hasn't been used in forever. Well, yeah, hasn't been used in quite a while. Think like Dark Age fantasy, maybe leaning a little Norse or Celtic as like a culture that these Warpletingers were. So like, what kind of rooms do you guys find? Each one of you can find a different room.
Well, there's definitely going to be an armory.
Absolutely. What do we find that aren't rusted up and like that we can still use?
There might be some. The spears and the handles would probably be rotten. There might be some shields.
Oh yeah, okay. This might be where you see many missing shields from the wall, but there are still enough to get done. This is where those people were like looting from or like getting their materials from. Like slightly rusted, but a decent amount of metal.
All right, we found some metal, maybe.
It's a start.
What other rooms we got going on?
Well, you said that looks like those travelers were probably looting it. I imagine they may have, using the room for someplace else. He was going to use, the one Warpletinger was going to be using it for those antlers for the crafting projects. I figure there'd be a crafting room which used to be something else, like maybe a mess hall or, in fact, probably a mess hall because that would have the space that they would need in order to try to do work, and it's made it into a, bit of a low-tech crafting workshop.
Yeah, absolutely. What kind of stuff was he doing with that antler? Like, what kind of are we thinking like saws and like jewelry making kind of equipment, like, or was he like, is it like carpentry situation?
I'm thinking more carpentry, although, well, no, not so much carpentry. It'd be more jewelry because, if it was carpentry, you could just use any old thing with antlers. Something this big, you would want to use it for something special, like maybe, who knows? It's too dead to be able to tell us why, but maybe he thought, could get magical powers from the antlers. Not like it matters now, but.
Yeah, right. And it's like that. Yeah, there's definitely there's an air of ritual to it. You know what I mean? All right, Leo and Patagon. What are you two's rooms?
Think of a good one. Like, I'm hoping some sort of like a storehouse of not like alchemical things, but like at least of local plant samples and such.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like for sure, like you can walk into the room, and like we know that it has been used recently by that group, so maybe the storehouse even has like a larder situation. Not a ton, but like they couldn't take all of their food with them on the road, so they left it here. So you can find some dried jerky and some like water in a barrel. It's a little brackish, but you know, any port in a storm.
Exactly. I was hoping, like, if someone's here recently, maybe we can have something.
All right, Leo.
So we
Oh,
have
sorry.
we have an armory, we have a storehouse, we have what was the third one? Just in case I did.
It's a mess hall turned crafting room.
Okay, so mess hall turned crafting room, storehouse, armory. What else could be? Oh, I imagine up on one of the upper floors, it would be like a sort of like a kind of like a watchtower situation where it's a small opening, but it has a spyglass on it, basically, so that whoever is guarding can basically see the local roads, like a bit of a vantage point, so that they can see the surrounding area.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Patagon, can you give me a intelligence check
Oh,
as you like look around? That's a nat 20. Okay.
Whoop, whoop.
that it is.
Patagon, you find the extra room. You find a doctor's office, like basically a medical lab, like not lab, but like room. People got injured and they needed help. So you find crutches in here and like bandages that have been mostly kept clean. They're old, but you could reinforce them. You could reinforce the crutches to help out Leo. But with a 20, you also find a book on Warpletinger anatomy and prosthetics. It would take you guys a while and a bit of material that you guys need for the airship. But with a 20, you think you could make Leo a leg. If he wants it.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely bring that back to the group and be like, okay, so I found a possible instruction manual on how to make a at least workable prosthetic leg for Leo. I mean, it'll take a bit, but it might be worth it to not have, major injury. So, if anyone had thoughts on that.
Oh, and you found so much alcohol. You probably don't want to drink it.
They found flammable alcohol, so yay for fires.
Might be able to use it as fuel.
Or numbing if we're desperate.
So let's pray it doesn't come to that.
Yeah, that sounds like a full scene for this place. You guys do not have to leave this place. Like, in the next scene, you guys can work in here. But I do need Nichol to put me down another part of the map.
Okay, I'm thinking it may not be a different part of the map, but maybe an extra part in the same part of the map.
Spooky.
Yeah, I'm thinking around here. May have been abandoned for a reason. Specifically, there's some nasty things that were left behind in there. That the people who were in and out probably didn't find it yet because they were only in and out, or heck, maybe that's why they were trying to get the horn. So they had jewelry to try to ward them off and reclaim this place permanently. But while we're doing this, we're gonna have some problems in here.
Okay, alright, absolutely, love it. So this place is basically haunted.
Oh, extremely haunted. With old ghosts.
Old ghosts.
Go with the theme.
Oh, for sure. We actually have an old ghost from this world? It's like we have the Banshee that, like, teleported all the Warpletingers home, but in this world, she didn't do it. in this world she couldn't save anyone. Like this time around, like she failed. So she is just haunting old locations, and her like as during the day it's perfectly fine. Like you guys can like be here just fine, and you look around and you don't see any. Like you saw the cart full of people, but you don't see any like beds. Nobody slept here, but Leo's too wounded to be moved, and we can't go outside. It's raining, and Leo will get infected and die. We can't have that. But as you guys like drift off, and it's a really restless sleep. Like who's got the first night guard?
Guess that would be mine, unless somebody else.
No, honestly, I probably want to do it first. Probably still a bit of blaming myself for not being better with the airship in the first place, and then more people getting killed in front of me. You know, an officer damn near dying in my watch. No, be staying up first.
All right, so like late at night, you start to hear, like it's very, very far off. It like you can hear what sounds like keening coming from up the stairs, and like you feel a ridiculous drive to follow it. You don't have to. You can roll against this if you don't want to like fall prey to it. This will probably be wisdom, which is handy for you. No, wisdom or constitution.
I think it'll probably be constitution, because I'm not sure how straight Nichol is thinking right now. So it's basically going to be the urge to follow versus the urge to stay and do my job and protect what's remaining of the crew.
Absolutely. I think this is a 13. It's like, I don't think this is easy. I don't think it's hard either.
Ooh, not 20.
Oh,
Not 20 though. Okay, yeah, you break it immediately. You know, like it's something trying to goad you. And then finally the skull, just like on that card, appears, but it's like a rabbit skull, like flaming with dark green ghostly flames. Like directly in front of you. And it just like flies at you to like give you a jump scare situation, but you rolled a 20 on your constitution check. This thing doesn't scare you at all. Not after what you've seen today, or like, yeah, in the last couple days.
Yep, instead of jumping out of the way, I just hold out the hand that has that catcher gauntlet on there, basically trying to grab the thing, and, you know, basically mouth in just a snarl. Not saying anything, just ready to grab it.
You grab this, and it bursts into green flames, ridiculously powerful. But again, 20, so you've got, like, it hurts, but it's not doing any HP damage to you as you, like, hold this thing in your skull, and it feels like a mana battery. And that's weird because you don't know what a mana battery is at this point.
Yeah, I'm just there looking at there. We are not tonight. I'm sure you have some reason to go after me. You want me? Come find me after. Not now, not tonight. We're getting home, damn it.
And you remember, like, you rolled a 20. You remember, how you got the first group home the first time. It was with this Banshee's power. She powered an entire small island to return those people back. You must be able to use this somehow. And like, I think we all know like the path, like using the workshop to like build trinkets to like make this into an engine situation. That is where I want to go with it, but I don't know if we need another roll to get there. Like, how do we make that leap? How do we do that connection?
I would start by consulting with Leo. Be like, okay, so the engine itself generates some kind of power, and that's beyond my scope. But I'm saying, like, in lieu of an engine, could we still harness whatever is emanating from this to to do the same effect that the engine itself would provide the actual go, for lack of a better word.
The power it seems to be emanating is very similar in some ways to that of the engine. It feels familiar to me, but I'm not sure why. If we can keep it in place, we might be able just to use the energy coming from it as a source to power up the engine. But we would need to make sure it does not move away. It seems to be still like it's still technically like not alive, but it's still like
if Nichol wasn't using the catcher gauntlet to hold this in place, none of you could have caught it.
Exactly. Okay. So we would definitely need to basically hold it in place. That gauntlet seems to have that power to do that. So if we could build something, to basically attach to the gauntlet, hold it onto the wall of a ship, a secure section of the ship, that can hold it in place for the engine to power it up.
And in the meantime, just need to keep this and, well, myself on ice to make sure it doesn't get away.
Mm-hmm. Ordinarily, I would ask you to just keep holding it, but you're our pilot, so we gotta let it, be held onto something else.
I mean, I have a tail. It's not the first time I've piloted with that.
I get that, but the engine and the pilot's cockpit are kind of far from each other. I don't think you're that big, sir.
Right.
That's what I'm worried about.
Kat, looking at the materials laid out before you on the work tables, what do we need to be able to what materials do we need to turn this into an engine? Like, based on what we have. Like, so there's like pliers and there's bits of bone and there's wood and there's like rope and stuff, but what do we need to turn this into an engine? Oh, and we have the metal from the shields, of course. Like,
we'll need the metal to contain it. Some way to connect it to the airship once it's contained.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Is that catcher's mitt made of anything special?
was it? Nichol, where did you get that? Like, how did you get that? It's been a minute.
I think I got it from the Dead Moon, actually, because I used it in the Parliament City.
Okay.
At least I think it was there.
Like, all around this, this catcher's mitt, or all around the gauntlet, you see, and, again, it is Nichol getting a flash from season 3. Like you recognize, people have described Geary to you. Geary is this 12-foot tall man that can turn into a 20-foot tall werewolf that has 13 swords stuck in his back, 13 silver swords stuck in his back. He gave one to Midnight, but then he put another one back there, or he got another one. Don't worry.
Okay, actually, a quick slight retcon. I actually double checked, and I actually bought it from L.
Oh, okay, buying it from L. L didn't know what he had. L is part of the group. LP and KM. Don't worry about them. We haven't seen them this season. But yeah, the reason it can catch this is because it has a ton of like, it basically has every possible religious symbol on it just in case. And this will move forward. Your catcher's gauntlet in the future will be able to catch ghosts. Like, you have to grab them, but you'll be able to touch them with this item. Look out, Tarkus.
Yeah, I was going to say there. I mean, well, maybe Tarkus would appreciate it as like a spectral back scratcher.
Right? It can go like you're the one that can actually really get in there, like a deep non-tissue massage. But what you know that you need more than anything is you absolutely need a massively powerful religious artifact. But Patagon saw one not too long ago.
We did.
But that's a trip.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it seems like the best option to get this battery, essentially, attached to the ship, seems to be making this trip down to that shiny object you saw a while back.
All right. Well, we're gonna need a plan then, because
Alright, yeah, Patagon, what's your plan and how are we getting there? What's the bridge between the two locations? And it's your turn to put a map thing down. The timing was just really good.
yeah, I was gonna say the timing's really good, and I think I have a bridge too, so that'll be fun.
Ooh, bridges.
Let's see, let me flip this.
Oh yeah, look at that. Got a bridge. With some interesting statues on it too.
Yeah, so as part of the, like I said, either religious or otherwise deities around here, we have a bridge. The issue we're going to find out is that it looks like the bridge is coming from at least the side of the town down here, so we're going to either have to skirt close to it or skirt around it to get to it. There you go, something like that.
Okay, I got an idea here. Okay, so you do have to skirt around the town or like in the town. Right now, there are 2 giant whales currently in the town looking for you. You see them like grabbing people. They're especially grabbing any like white-furred Warpletingers up and like interrogating them, like making sure they're not Leo. And Leo, like anybody, like we're looking through the telescope right now with and that's a very good telescope. But as you look through the telescope, you can see them like picking up any white-furred Warpletingers and just like throwing them into cages to take them away. And anybody that might match the description of you guys, any red-haired Warpletingers, also taken away. Any penguin people, they are fucking done.
Well, they're definitely on the path to try to find us, so this is gonna be dangerous. Can we improve our odds?
Oh, also, Nichol, actually, all 4 of you take a hero token. You guys all did amazingly, right? And that whole, like, building rooms in this one. So every one of you take a hero coin.
All right.
We got racist whales. In the future, these whales become chill. Just right now, they're on their fucking, like, evil path. They're on a dark playthrough. I'm sorry, guys.
So we definitely need to at least, if not disguise ourselves, find some way to make us less conspicuous. Well, we saw there were shields and armor. Is there any possibility of like clothing? You know, make yourself look like just a humble trader. I'm thinking like full cowl. Definitely try to make any like identifying features as we can less identifying. I guess.
Yeah, I think in your storeroom, I think you could have found like those traders also had they had the cloaks and such, and
that would be perfect to work with Cat then, and we can try to make ourselves look humble, I guess.
Are all four of you going, or is it just like Cat and Patagon?
Well, we didn't have the chance to make the leg for Leo, so I would say someone has to stay here with Leo, would be my suggestion, as much as splitting the party is what it is. I don't know if that would be my first thought.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do this separate, because even once Leo gets back up, we're both going to need to go to probably try to get to the airship to start working on a few of these things, so we're ready to move when you get back.
All right. Well, I'm up for that. If Cat's up for that, we can make a small party. I mean, from what I've heard from Akana, small parties are easier to hide, so that's probably a good thing anyway.
Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, Cat, you're gonna be sneaking us past. Why don't you give me a dex roll and tell me how it goes based on what you roll? Okay, so it's an 11. Now remember, you do have your hero coin. Like, we're looking for a 13. Because I think even by making it easier, this was hard to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So what you can do in this event, you can either re-roll that 11 or roll a d12 to just add to that 11. Since you are looking for a 13, if you go for the d12, you would need basically a 2 or higher in order for it to succeed. Because the roll is currently 13, yes?
Yeah, the goal is currently 13.
In that case, I'll try and roll a d12.
Yeah, yep. Hit me with that 12, and let's not get a 1. That would be the saddest thing. Because then I'd have to kill.
Nope.
But don't forget, if push comes to shove, coins can be given to other players if need be.
Just stack them up. Just keep throwing coins.
I've seen it happen before, people.
Absolutely. The way that when you go to invoke your coin, like you see, like the riverman, like the boatman standing next to you as he just like pulls it out of your hand and like flips it, and he like waves you to his boat and for you to get on, and he will sneak you past. So like this dude is just fucking moving around.
Don't pop up out of nowhere.
He's just like, I owe Silky one. He didn't deserve that. He's like, as he starts rowing, where are we off to?
There's a big old shiny thing in the distance. That's where we're trying to get to.
Oh, you just love the danger, don't you? And like you guys go under the bridge, and as you go under the bridge, you feel what in liminal was like some weird tightness, some strange force. But Patagon, can you roll me an intelligence check? This is hard, just so you know.
Okay.
Don't.
Ooh.
Oh, you got 17. You gonna spend your coin?
I mean, I have to. Yeah, we need to know what this is. Don't want to be taking.
It doesn't matter
So-
what you roll on that D12. If it's an 18, you're good to go.
But we still want to see if it's a 12.
Oh, yes, of course.
What if it's a 12? And then we can make fun of him for wasting it. It wasn't. It was a 1. That's very funny.
That's what he needs. Look at that. Bam.
Hey, it's what we need.
Yeah.
This feeling is close to what we call the reverberation, or the resonance, sorry. Like, these great statues along this bridge are the Warpletinger's version of the resonance. Like, before all the worlds combined, it was here. And, like, part of your brain is now accepting, like, you've unlocked those thousands of memories in your head. You can start remembering things that, like, other lives led from the book or from being stabbed.
Oh, that's that. Okay, that's gonna take Patagon a second to have that all start flooding back all of a sudden. Because like he didn't really realize it was missing, but definitely was one of those like feelings like when you like a roller coaster. Once it starts going, you're fine, and then it's at that stop, and then you just like, jolt forward like, oh, I was missing.
And like this whole like looking, it's like opening your eyes with, and just seeing everything out like with more vibrantly. It's like, oh, okay, now I'm here. Like you don't fully remember like season 3 or past this, but you know something funny's going on. But up ahead of you, you see a statue that it's familiar to all of, like, it would be familiar to everybody. It'd be most familiar to Leo, but Leo's not here right now. As you see what is most certainly an ancestor of Pym, because it looks a lot like a sparrow, like standing in all of her glory.
Oh, I didn't know a sparrow was such royalty, possibly? Huh. But yeah, the
In case
likeness is funny.
In case anybody forgot what a sparrow looked like. I love her!
I do too.
The statue does have her with giant wings coming out of her back, and like along the edges is almost like gold leafed with silver. And you know you don't need the whole statue, you just need that silver.
Well, let's think of a way to extract the silver from the statue, because that's what we're going to need to channel the energies and things. I've taken notes from Royce and his love of silver, so... But...
You said
Her voice would be so handy, because Royce can control silver.
that would be helpful in this case, but...
How did Royce die? Did you see it?
I would say, like, you know, it's one of those, like, out of the corner of your eye, you know, he was going for, like, a really heroic, just, like, stab into one of the whale ships, you know, just, you know, I guess it would be a silver fist, just, like, get right into the side of the whale.
Right.
Just, like, knock it off course.
And he tried. He took more whales down in hand-to-hand combat than you could ever imagine somebody his stature could have. But eventually,
you know, you come up once, I guess.
depressing. But okay. How are we getting the silver off, guys?
You said the silver was lining the edges of the wings.
Yeah.
Are the wings carved? Are the feathers carved individually?
I think so. I think they're gonna be like, it's a very fancy statue. Like this place would definitely be guarded if it wasn't for the fact that the town is being ransacked by whales. Or also, they probably don't think anybody would steal from this sacred of a place.
Do you think it would be possible for me to shoot some of the feathers off the statue?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I think it'd be easy for you. In easy dex roll, as you just start just pow 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 pow.
In that case, I'm gonna open fire on the wings.
All right. Yeah, give me
Totally.
that roll.
Totally a safe thing to do.
Okay, good enough though.
It's just barely good enough. Like
Alright.
it is the exact number good enough. So yeah, you guys can gather these like silver like gather the stone feathers with the silver lining, and then like when we take it back, somebody like you can peel the silver off in private, so you don't have to worry about being rushed.
All right. So just do a quick check around to see if there's anything else on the statue we might need, but
Oh yeah, roll me an intelligence check.
oh well, I'll take it.
Okay, yeah. Carrie, you're in the chat right now. What was your ancestral like weapon? Like you would like your family line. Like this doesn't have to be it, but is a stone version of it. But that also holds power. Like what was your family known for? Was it a claymore? Was it a warhammer? Yeah, oh yeah, the family weapon is that sword. So you have a stone copy of, like, this statue is holding a stone copy of this sword that looks like a tree with many carvings of a Warpiltinger's family line going down the blade. But, I mean, if you're in for a penny, you're in for a pound situation.
Yeah, I mean, might as well try, because I would say that I probably remember this from like the conversations that I've had with Pim over drinks and everything, just the sheer intricacy of this weapon, and like that could very much come in handy, even if it's just a copy.
It feels like to you right now, by like when you grab it, like for a second, like you hold onto the handle, and for a second it's like gripped really tight, and you see the statue's fingers like open, and like you recognizes you as being Pim's, like a friend to Pim.
Nice.
And like you do feel the statue like nods. You can't prove it, like did it just fall out of its hand, and did it just like look like the clouds moved just right to make it look like it nodded? But you guys are used to magic at this point. Like, magic's common.
Well, no matter the reason, we take these.
Right? Fuck it, we ball.
Exactly.
Clearly it's a Sparrow, wanted to do right by poor Soki, because if I remember correctly, a Sparrow had a thing for Soki. Poor Soki was done in so terribly.
Murdered.
See, they bequeathed this weapon to you, and hope you could do right by this squirrel.
All right, Kat. How are we getting back? This is gonna be the last round, guys. I think I'm gonna call it here after this round. So we've got the stuff to build the engine. How do you and Patagon get back?
I'm assuming. I wonder if our nice little boatman decided to wait for us like a taxi cab would.
Oh, give me a charisma roll.
Don't suck.
Oof. That's gonna be... Oh, go ahead.
If you are willing, Kat, I am willing to sacrifice my coin that I have not used yet, that was given to me earlier, for you to roll a d12 to try to get that 13 you need.
I would be willing to make that choice, yes.
All right, I will sacrifice my coin. Good luck on your d12.
Not another one, not another one. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Beep, 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 boop, beep, beep, beep. Ooh,
Yeah, okay, yeah, that
There
was
we
the
go.
12. So yeah, like you walk out of the I think it was a graveyard you guys were in for it, and you see Sharon, like sitting there, like looking up. Do you just flick the coin at him?
Yeah, it's like, wow, buddy, I didn't expect you to still be here.
He snatches the coin out of the air. He's just like, I owe Soki a lot for this. And he like closes it around, and like you see the green burst of flames like go around his hand. And he's just like, come on in. What is the what do you see while you're traveling back? What do you add to the map?
I've got... I'm gonna add this thing. I don't know what it was, but it seems like it might be important.
That's looking like a book.
Oh, can we do this with it? Can we put it like? Can Leo and
Oh,
Nichol
absolutely.
find it in there? Like you guys find like an ancient book of rituals. Like you weren't kidding, Nichol. They were trying to extract magic out of those antlers. And it is like black magic. It is like the worst. It's not just necromancy, but like feeding on like dead gods magic. Or like this will teach you how to like consume spirits and like use them for energy. In this world there were like many rumors that you could like harness the power of ghosts and ancient spirits that live in items. And like somehow, if once technology gets far enough along, you could build yourself maybe a battery of some sort out of them.
Yep, I see that, and I look down at my probably green glowing catcher and look to Leo.
For like, here's the mechanic of this. When these two get back to build the mana battery that you need to power the ship, it will be easy if you do this. Like, if instead of just like holding on to the spirit and like it's dangerous for that. That'll be dangerous. It'll be easy if you force it to do it.
What do you propose, sir?
This would do it. Not just part of me thinking it. We can. Not sure if we should. Not sure if doing that would be worth it, you know?
Honestly, sir, from my position, anything would be worth better than what I am right now.
No.
You're right, Leo. Do what we can with what we have. It's not just about us.
No, it is not. If you're willing to try, so am I.
All right. Let's do it. Let's not do any more sacrifices in vain, all right?
I can make no promises. But I will try.
Neither can I. We'll just try together, eh?
By the way, Nichol, thank you. I'm not sure why, but thank you.
I mean, I'm not sure why either. I'm just a thug, but honestly, I'm not gonna be enough of an asshole to reject thanks. It's not today, at least.
All right, Leo. This is like you're the builder of this group. I think it's probably been like a couple weeks you guys have been held up in here. Like or not, maybe if not weeks, then like multiple days.
Yeah.
Like the village has been ransacked. You guys have been watching it out the thing, and they are all over looking for you.
Mhm.
But you guys found like a really well hidden spot. Like you established that it was well hidden, and they have seen your ship, but they don't think that you would be dumb enough to go back to it. And like Leo, you just have to roll me a 6 int check,
Kidoki.
and that'll make this battery.
Yeah, is hopping. And check. Chikapu.
Yeah,
There we go.
done and dusted. What does this look like, and how does it feel? How does it feel for Leo to have done like this? Like you have destroyed this spirit completely. Like you've pulverized it. Like it stops its wailing. It is now just green, like dark green liquid glowing inside a glass container.
Well, as Leo was doing this, Nichol won't be able to understand him, but he would be speaking in his homeworld's language. He would be muttering basically a prayer. Not something he does normally, but as desperate a time as is, at this point you just gotta hold on to something. And he just offers a prayer for the spirit as he is unfortunately having to basically destroy it to make a power. It's basically a power source for this. It's definitely hurting him because not to mention he just saw, like a couple days ago, he saw a vision of another spirit dying, and now he's actually contributing to one himself. It's tough, and he would be in tears with the effort, but he will finish what needs to be done.
Nichol, Patagon, and Kat, as you see Leo working on this, as he cries, it looks like he's crying tears of light, like very much like how Nyx looks. Like, I don't know if everybody's seen the token for Nyx. Let me grab them real quick. I made a lot of tokens today. So it's very much like that. But imagine it coming out of Leo's face, just like those lights. His eyes, normally red as they are now teal. And you guys would recognize it and like in the back of your head, you feel like almost like a scritch. And like, no, the Wander Crew's magic is teal. You know that as like the light hits the ground, and like this whole area starts to flicker, like something about this feels very dreamlike for everybody.
Ooh, fancy.
Yep, and actually, the moment that Leo has a second where he's doing that, but he can take a break, Nichol's going to go in and give him a hug.
Oh,
We're a very hug-focused game. Alright, Leo, what's between you guys and the airship, though? Or like, what do you add to the map? Because you don't have to add like what's between you and the airship right now. You could add anything anywhere, because obviously this turn we're not able to like make that journey.
No, actually, I have something that's gonna be near the ship.
For sure.
It is something that the ship crashed into on its landing. Let me turn it to the side. Oh. It looks kind of like a gate of sorts. Like a shrine, a gate. And I imagine ordinarily this would have been used as a sort of like a bit of like a teleportation gate. It would bring you from like say one side of the village to another side. That kind of deal.
Okay.
Little travel gate. This one obviously is not working. It got an unhealthy dose of airship around it. But we might be able to use it. Or at least what's left of it.
Yeah. If you didn't have an idea for that yet, I did pick up the doorway ability from the index set, 'cause I couldn't think of another one of my quest ones.
Mm-hmm.
So we could play off of that and use that as a means to try to activate that gate to allow us to at least, if not teleport directly there, to get us, closer.
Is this? Oh, okay. Oh, is the other one like over here?
Are we going to use the magic of the doorway to basically launch the ship further?
I'm down with that too. I've been playing a lot of Trine 4.
Yeah. Either way, yeah, I'm up for using the doorway ability for whatever makes the most sense.
It's like you guys can get the engine going, you just don't have any lift. So it's just like you can rock it straight forward and just hope that the other one is angled up. Or like Patagon uses the gateway to make sure that it's angled up.
A little bit of magical finagling to get ourselves where we need to go.
Yeah, 'cause typically from what the book says, the doorway you can only teleport to where you've already been, because these two doorways are tied together. If we can use it to just activate them, they're already linked, and
Wouldn't have to worry about us already being there, because we're just using what the gates already know, and it already knows where it needs to go.
exactly what I was thinking. It's like the gate knows where it needs to go.
Absolutely, yeah. Like you guys are like working this plan out as like Leo's finishing the spell. And like you're holding the mana battery now, Leo, and it's powerful. Like this can do it. This will do it.
For the first time since he lost that leg, Leo would smile. This is what we need. We can power the ship with this. We just need to get there and figure out a way to get ourselves more airborne. This can do it.
So I'm actually going to put this a little bit further over here so we have a bit of a space between, so that we still have to travel for Nichol's turn.
Yeah.
All right, Nichol, what's between you guys and the airship right now?
I think at this point there, we'll probably say that this was there beforehand, but it's maybe gotten a bit more dangerous in the weeks in between. And that would be this, because I figure probably the airship crashed down from here over to here. And yep, that way there. And what that is the path of destruction and damage that the airship left along the way, which we're actually having go past, which is probably getting a bit worse now that it's had time to settle. And that may be the other thing there. That may be a path that the whales are dangerously close to finding.
Oh, okay. All right. Here we go. All right. So, like, as you guys are sneaking, or like, you guys have to sneak or fight a whale. And just so we know, just so everybody remembers, these whales are 100 feet tall and they have weapons that scale with them. They are big. Each one of them, minimum 40 HP. This guy down here has over 100. This guy just 40 though. In Quest rules. And this, it's probably a little different. It's significantly different. But in Quest, they scary.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are we gonna make that path right now, or are we just talking out how we're getting through?
I'm thinking, trying to figure out how to get through. I mean, if one of them is potentially blocking the path, maybe the debris could work for us to either hide our way or keep them occupied. I don't know.
I'm gonna get real dumb for a second. I'm gonna climb on my bullshit if you don't mind. Join me if you want to.
Absolutely.
I think this tower hole, like Leo says, goes all the way up and has like the slits in the mountain that we can look out look out through a telescope. But it does go all the way up. You can get to the very top of this mountain, and up there does happen to be a wagon sitting on top of it. Now, you don't have any horses to hitch to this wagon, but it's a steep hill going down, and you're a bit of a pilot.
Uh-oh.
I see where this is going, and I am
This is
all
a smaller.
for it.
This is a smaller medium ship.
I would say this is a smaller medium ship.
All right, then that means... Actually, no, I'm not going to say because I'm going to jinx the crap out of myself.
Let's go. Oh man.
Also, Leo, take another hero coin from your scenes. I'm liking pretty much every time you have a scene. I'm enjoying it. Not that I'm not enjoying the rest of you guys. Like, everything's going great.
Oh, thank you. Let's see.
Yep, I'm looking at that wagon, grinning. All right, everyone. How do you feel about doing something potentially really stupid but really fast? Please say yes.
You mean something that we do pretty much every mission as the Wander Crew, sir?
Yes. Not sure how I feel about the sir, but yes.
Sorry, Nichol.
Hell yeah, brother, count me in.
One more time for old time's sake. Yes?
Huzzah!
Before we make this roll, Patagon, what's at the bottom of this hill? What's right in front of the airship? Like, when we get to the bottom, what are we going to? Okay, what do we got?
Oh yeah, what's the last card we got? That looks like trees. Ooh,
Okay. Oh, is that why they couldn't find it? Because of, like, cloud coverage?
cloud coverage, all the trees and foliage, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say that there's a lot of like tropical plants, and I'd say like maybe like giant mushrooms of some sort of like hallucinogenic spore. So they, like, even if they walked through it, they kind of wouldn't realize what they were staring at almost.
Yeah,
So we're gonna have to try to
absolutely.
make a we're gonna try to have to get through that without getting high, I guess.
You're right. It's just a speed test. It's like, all right, so getting in the cart, loading up very wounded Leo with an incredibly fragile but incredibly important like prototype mana battery.
There is not much Leo can do as he is being loaded on the ship. Not the issues of having only one leg, y'all. But he feels for once thinking maybe they have a shot at getting out of here. Leo would start to sing. If I may I roll charisma and see how it goes?
For sure, yeah. Hit me.
Alrighty. Let's see. And if I need to use the coin, well, I got the coin, but let's see how it goes. Not a good roll, unfortunately.
It's a 1! You rolled another 1!
I
That's
am
3 1s, just straight Leo.
Ooh.
Well-
Actually, wait. I think I may. No, actually,
Yeah, I mean, if you want to throw something at me, you can.
I was going to give you the one with the 3 single-player ones, so the next roll's a 20.
I was gonna
Yeah.
use my coin to re-roll.
So
and
if
that
you
would
use
make
your
it
coin to
better.
re-roll, that re-roll will be a 20.
It's amazing how hard it is to roll when you're just full of trauma. Oh, look at that. But yeah, if you want to throw that card at me, I was gonna use my hero coin anyway.
Yeah, I'm
Here-
trying to find it. Oh, here it is.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you have it. I was just like, here's how I see this happening, and tell me if I'm wrong. Leo begins to sing, and fucking Nichol just lifts the brake way too early. So instead of a song, it just turns into like panic screaming, but then eventually becomes like roller coaster-esque screaming where everybody is excited and fucking pumped for it. So you're still just like fucking cheering them on just at the top of your lungs, just screaming at the world.
Well,
Like, if you're cool with that. Like, you can turn the scream into a song, absolutely.
and so all of a sudden it went from a song to screaming to just shenanigans. Typical of the crew. If you honestly.
Yeah, just guys fly past the, like, what's the driving like, Nichol? Like, I guarantee this wagon doesn't handle that well.
Oh, he is blue knuckling the crap out of this. So yeah, basically try and go there is, probably more than half the time it's on two wheels and trying to have everyone shift to make sure it doesn't fall completely over. And I also realized that card actually, even though it says single player once, it says failures, but since there are no natural ones but failures here, it still works.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I'm perfectly good with the way that this one happened.
Well, with that charisma roll being a thing that technically worked, this will be in effect for everybody. The battle hymn is active. Everybody's target rolls for basically this last little section we have, it is down by 2.
Kat, you see that whale up ahead, and it's getting full, like, linebacker, like, wait, not linebacker. What do they call it when the people in the front, are they linebackers? They hit you in football.
Offensive line.
Offensive line. He's all offensive lining. He's getting ready to, like, smash you guys down out of the way. What do you do about it, Kat? Like, you're on the cart. Nichol's driving like a fucking madman. But, like Leo's singing, Patagon and Nichol, like, how are you guys gonna deal with this guy in your way? And again, he big.
I'm trying to see. Don't have time to use that. Don't have time to use.
You still got your fancy tools. We still got the nice sharp claws. Because I don't think we used up all the claws.
No, the claws got destroyed. That wagon got fucked.
Ah,
Yeah.
damn. I thought we had some carried because since it was used from a surgery.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we probably have like 2.
I'm almost wondering if I could just throw my saber at him.
Just want to just whip the saber. You do also have your metal wire that is like your garrote.
Mm-hmm. I was
You
trying
throw-
to. I was
You throw
trying to
the
think
sword
of.
with the wire? Wrap it around his leg? Like a hook kind of deal?
Wouldn't be the first time we AT-AT'd these, I don't think.
That is fair. We have AT-AT these guys.
Yeah, I can give that a shot.
I recently learned that people get really mad if you say AT-ATs.
That's
And now I can only say AT-AT because I know it makes some people angry.
I don't know, that sounds funny to me.
It's just like, I don't want to be a troll forever, but like it's in me. I know who I am.
You okay, Prophecy? I don't think
Don't
you
mad at me.
all right. Yeah, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna tie the filament to the
Oh.
saber
Oh,
and
no, Pim.
launch it at him.
Pim's angry. Oh no.
All right, yeah, go ahead. That's Dex. That's Dex for sure. Yeah,
Nice.
this was gonna be hard. And just so we know, this was gonna be hard. I forgot to say it before it, but like, yeah, you
doesn't matter.
throw that out there, and like, do you, when used as a garrote or like as a weapon, this is the most powerful level of this game. Like,
Ooh.
like it is the ultimate. Can you roll me an ultimate?
All right.
Oh,
Well,
maximum
absolutely.
damage.
So
Very good.
that's more than 1/4 of this thing's health. So you take his leg right off,
Revenge.
and just like, as you guys are like flying down, like the cart goes like between his legs, and the sword is out, and he's starting to turn around to chase the cart down the hill, and like the cart gets far enough out in front of him that it gets taut, and just like butter takes that leg right off, and he doesn't even realize it at first, and he tries to step down, and you guys just have, you are now Indiana Jonesing away from a whale rolling down a steep hill with one leg, bleeding all over the place.
Good lord.
These are the
We have
shenanigans
reached
of River.
levels. We've reached levels of Alan's bullshit here for unknown to man or beast.
Like, literally start the plane. Patagon, you're close enough to the gate to start casting that spell.
Okay, I will do that. It's a 1d4 on how many rounds it will be open for.
Oh, that's gonna be sick. Yeah, roll me 1d4 so we know how long we've got. We
Only
have
one.
one shot at this, guys.
Very dramatic, as it should be.
It's gonna be, this is gonna be movie magic. Gotta do it in the first shot. We don't have any
Alright.
more explosives.
We get it right, or it's over. Let's go.
Okay, yeah. What does everybody do? Like, we need somebody. Actually, because it has to go like this. In my opinion, it has to go like this. Nichol, you have to get to the wheelhouse. We know the controls work. Like, you're there, and you're just waiting to punch it on the go-ahead. Patagon, you're holding the gate open. And Kat, you've got to help Leo get into the engine room so he can install this battery. And you guys only have one shot to do it. And we only have one hero coin, so if one of us fails, and it's just we're going standard unless you can tell me how being part of the Wander crew makes it easy for you. So each one of you are gonna need to do a roll.
Mm-hmm.
For Patagon, it's definitely intelligence. For Nichol, it is what do you think? It's probably wisdom. Yeah, it's wisdom, right?
Yeah, I think wisdom makes sense because it's not about getting there fast. It's about getting there fast in a position to be able to use that time.
Right, and Leo, it's definitely intelligence, and for Cat, I think it's got to be Dex, right? For speed, just fucking getting him down there.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's definitely not strength. Leo is not a heavy person.
Yeah, I was like, is it strength? I don't think it's strength because it's just like he's just leaning on you. All right,
Like,
just remember, one failure kills this.
alrighty. Just a heads up on my end. For my role's sake, since I am technically fixing the ship, this passive will come into effect. I will post it on our chat on the Roll20. Boop, boop, boop.
All right, and for sure, remember, you all get +2 to whatever you roll.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, repairman rolls are easy. Absolutely.
I would like to say, because I am a spy, technically, I know the ship backwards and forwards, the airship backwards and forwards, and I think I might know a shortcut.
Ooh, no, the secret paths?
I might know the easiest and quickest way to get to the engine room.
Absolutely. That makes that easy for you. Patagon, you got anything that makes it easy for you to keep this up?
Let's see. So I'm going to say that on the way here down the hill, I was trying to spot how the angle and everything on this portal looked, and I believe because I was able to scout that on the way down, we can get an optimal angle exit on our way out. We just so basically just like tell Nichol to like hit it right like at a specific degree, and then we will end up coming out the other side at the right place to get us.
Love it. I also love the idea that like in the back of the cart you guys have that telescope,
Yeah.
and the whole time Patagon was just like watching, like checking angles and like doing math with like a sextant and stuff. Just like,
Math penguin.
math penguin. All right, yeah, so you just need a 6 too. So we just need a 6 from Leo, a 6 from Kat, and a 6 from Patagon. And Nichol,
What about?
Well, for Nichol, like we said, this is about wisdom, keeping it together to get there. There is absolutely one thing that is on his mind as he's going to be rushing to the pilot's seat, to the wheel to get there. He gave his word to the captain. He was going to handle this airship. He was going to do it to the best of his ability, and he's going to keep the captain safe, keep the crew safe as best as he could, and do way well for the captain. He's had that loyalty once. It's going to be hell or high water before he lets her down.
Gotta keep that promise.
I think based on the numbers that we have, because we all get 2 and like at least 2 from your thing. Patagon has 3 for intelligence. The only way you guys can fail, because you get +5, is by rolling a 1. Except for Patagon. I don't think Patagon can fail.
It's because it would be my rolls. My song adds 2. It is currently an easy, which means honestly both Patagon and I cannot fail because I have 3 as well.
But we only have 1 hero coin, so if both Nichol and Cat roll a 1, we fail. But that's the only way we can fail.
It's up to you two.
I think we did our best and we prepared. You know, I'm ready if you're ready.
Let's go. One last roll.
Once again into the rift.
All right, let's get ready.
Once more into the rift. Sorry.
And roll.
Got.
All right.
14?
Success. Yeah. So far, success.
16. And let's roll.
I still want to see you guys' Patagon. Yes, still got it. It was an 8 instead of a 6, but still,
Patagon.
Woo.
Absolutely. So you guys power up the engine, and Patagon, you're holding that gate open, and you can see through this gate the rift that you're aiming for, and you can just punch it, Nichol. This is back when before the airship got destroyed in the Cure for Me game, where we had to rebuild it again. So this airship still has the engines that Vatna Strait stole from the Jules team, and it still looks kind of janky. And what's it look like when you guys just gun it?
Well, it ain't about it being janky. It's about it working. And I think at this point normally those engines would glow red, eventually going to white when they're getting overclocked and overdone. I think this time, because of that mana battery, when the energy comes out, it comes out this sickly, horrible green, probably leaving this green mist trailing behind them as they go.
And it sounds like a banshee wailing.
To continue with the Star Wars theme, is a TIE fighter.
Oh, there we go. It sounds exactly like a TIE fighter. Patagon, do you have a rope attached to the ship, or are you just diving in at the last second?
Yeah, I'd say that I have the rope, because actually, yes, I do. I have the kite, my kite tattoo, because this happened after the
party.
Oh yeah, it definitely happened after the party, because the first time we came to this world was that party.
Yep. So I will say that I'm going to use my kite tattoo, and then almost a ski rope kind of situation to just attach on, and then I'll figure out how to get into the onto the ship afterwards.
You look down on your kite, and you just see Sharon just give you a salute, and it's just Visoki.
Aw.
Or Soke!
All right, Kat and Leo, you guys are in the engine room, and there are buckles. Kay made sure to install, make them install belts so you don't go flying everywhere. But like the impact is fierce from the this thing releasing its energy, and it's so loud. How do you guys just brace yourselves? You guys don't have to make rolls or anything. You're successful. But how do you not let it overtake you? Because it hurts. It's hurting inside your brain.
I'm gonna attempt to grab something nearby to just hold on to, and I don't quite make it. And that phantom pain from earlier comes back when my arm slams against the console, just for the heck of it.
Oh no, I love that. Sorry, and we'll get to that in just a second. And Leo, what's Leo doing?
I was gonna say, was Cat doubling over, almost doubling over into pain over that?
Yeah, I think they double over and go rolling towards what looks like a hole in the ship. Then you see that they're buckled in wrong.
Well,
they weren't able, with one arm, they weren't able to fasten themselves right.
Leo might not be able to fix the buckle right away, but he is going to hold on to onto Cat's arm, her wrist. Hopefully, the one that's not with the phantom pain. Here's hoping. As he that singing of his would start going to more like a battle cry, and those golden tears that you mentioned earlier. His eyes would light up in that, and he would form that shield bubble for both of them. He messed up the shield once, he's not messing it up again, and he's not letting Cat fall through.
Oh, love it. And as it all goes that ghostly hazy green that Professor Winter, that Nichol was describing, and as you hit the rift, finally, you all snap back, and you're here. You're in your world above countless faces. The ship has basically been very slowly moving. And the hole in the wall isn't there anymore, but Cat, your shoulder does still hurt. This is just seconds after you fell down, after you hurt your arm. And Leo, you are standing there, leg there, but you feel
like it's missing.
Yeah, you are having reverse phantom pain.
Oh, how weird would that be? Would that be? Just suddenly, whoop, leg right back on. Ooh.
I definitely think there's a moment that we do the thing with and if you guys when you're starting to fall asleep and then you kick your leg out situation. I think that happens to Nichol, but with the airship, so it jerks around for a second until you get it back under control. We're not gonna crash it. We don't have any worry about that happening.
Yeah, I'm still trying to basically punch it with the old controls, and new controls are a little different.
Just a little bit of jostling, just to wake up the crew,
They say that Patagon was, trying to do a little bit of meditation that it's either from previous experiences or even channeling sevens, meditation techniques. Just, and then just snap back here and just what?
And to be clear, you four will remember this. This does not go away. And none of you are under the illusion that this was some kind of dream. You guys can look down into the water beneath you, and it's flowing less, it's flowing at a normal river speed. It looks a little bit more viscous than normal water. These faces and hands aren't there anymore. They're not trying to reach out for you. You are currently up here in Sonnery. But good news, Nichol. You learned that if you go this path and then just come right over here, you can get yourself straight to Yoke and in no time. It's just every once in a while, if you take that path, hell's gonna grab you. So, are we suggesting this path for all of the trade routes?
maybe only in emergencies.
Leo, you reach into your pocket
Mhm.
and you have a coin in there. And that coin, you see what looks like bees candy. You get to add a bees coin to your inventory as well.
A Bitcoin.
A bee coin, yep.
What did Bitcoin do?
You can re-roll a single one. Like, if this is your one veto. If you roll a 1 during a game, you can just say no.
Is it a one use and it goes away forever, or is it
It's-
once per session?
It's 1 use and it goes away for... It doesn't work anymore, but you do get to keep the coin as a symbol.
Okay.
You are paying the ferryman's due.
Ah.
Right.
Ooh, I almost died.
And so you guys can return home, and yeah, a little messed up, I think. Like, I think it's fair to say, how are you guys dealing with, like, what happened? Are you telling people? Are you guys keeping what happened to yourselves?
Well, well, Leo would. I don't think Leo can keep it to himself, because there's at least one person who is basically helping him having to deal with this trauma. Raz may have to deal with these like nightmare episodes Leo has, unfortunately, but she'll probably do her best to help him.
Excellent. Are we making it known? Are you telling Peanut, basically, so he can file it away? Because he will file it away.
Well, as dangerous as it is, what do you think? Everybody, should we? I feel like this is not something we probably should just keep hidden.
Yeah, I mean, especially because that path could be used by people. And I mean, as much as we just used it, we need to at least, let Peanut know, and possibly at some point in the future, like let the Adventurers Guild know, or like, this path is not for use by low-level adventurers or something. I don't know. We wouldn't want to like delve all the details, but definitely try to like warn people against just going down that river without any prior knowledge.
Like giving them like the general effects of what it can do for the public eye, but the details, like the really minute details, we should probably give to Peanut specific.
Right. At least that's my take.
Yeah, I'm solid. Patagon, can you roll me a charisma check? Standard.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah. You talks with you send a message to Chest, and they will make that path. Like he's like a little he's having problems with the Wander crew right now because he's in legal battles with Midnight. But you are still well respected in the guild.
Yeah. Hey, and this is like definitely we're reaching out because we want to make sure that that there's potential danger and not.
Yeah, this is a public safety thing.
Exactly.
Absolutely, yeah. So it is well known now not to take that path unless you are just like very strong of mind. Some adventurers are going to take that as a challenge, though. Just so we know.
Of course, we can't protect everybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with knowledge comes danger, but at least they're going in with that knowledge.
Exactly. We can't make a path stupid proof, unfortunately.
I think it would be fun if Kat could reach into her pocket and find a stone angel feather.
Oh, absolutely. For sure. Yeah, take one of those.
Hey, gotta keep
Nichol.
that klepto step.
Nichol, you get the ability, you get your burn ability back.
Ooh.
But you can use it as a healing move.
Oh, right, because you...
It's like...
Ooh.
Like, you can recover HP with this, but it will leave scars.
You can hurt and heal now.
Like so say somebody's like in immediate need of danger. You can heal for 4 HP, but you will leave a scar.
Oh, so instead of just like burn, almost like a flame of life sort of thing.
Basically, yeah.
Fire is useful in many ways if you know how to put it. Also, what about Patagon? Can you get anything fancy?
Yeah, I want to give something good to Patagon. What do we think we found, Patagon? Oh,
I mean,
Patagon found. What's that?
You go first.
I was gonna say you found that book on fucking like anatomy.
Okay.
What secrets does it hold?
And yeah, like you could tell me what secrets it holds, or you can. If you thought of something else, I'd definitely like pitch it to me.
Well, it was similar on that because we had the copy of the Tinkerpammer.
Oh, the
sword.
copper. Yeah, I think you do. I think you have the copy of like the Warpletinger's sword, just on you. It's nowhere near it's not as strong as Ento's, but it is very powerful in and of itself. I'll write up a whole thing about it, but yeah, that's what you get to keep too, for sure.
Perfect. So you might have to show Pim and Ento this at some point. Like, look what I found. I don't know why though. That is for you to figure out.
Surprise!
So yeah, that is where we're gonna end this game. What do we all think about like Index and the way we decided to play Index?
Yeah, how do you guys feel about the game?
I personally
really liking it.
It's really, really easy. I understand, like, so Quest is a very easy TTRPG for us to play, which is why we use Quest as a system. This also seems like this game is like, I could see a world where we used this instead of Quest to play. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I agree that it has a little bit more nuance than just like you just 1d20 for everything. Like you do have some substats, so you get a little bit more nuance. But yeah, it's still really simple to pick up. Like I just started reading through the book like this morning, so
yeah, it's so handy that way. And I do like a little bit of crunch, but mostly we use Quest so anybody can get in, like absolutely anybody. But like I like stat blocks a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of them all the time. As long as we're not like fucking around with alignment, I do like a little bit of a crunchier character sheet sometimes.
yeah.
But this is very light but crunchy, because like you start off, you're like, hey, 6 points, put them wherever you want, and you can put all 6 in the same stat if you wanted to. It's really neat. It's a neat system. Thank you, Leo, for bringing it to my attention to play.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, despite all the behind the scenes borkness.
Yeah, we had a bunch of like stuff behind the scenes, but like
we got it figured out.
gotta figure it out. How about you, Stoneghost and Professor Winter? What do you two think of the system?
Oh, really liking it there, and yeah, and like you said there, just a little bit of extra crunch, to actually make a bad joke, sort of like the Simmons Crunch to Quest.
It is the Simmons Crunch to Quest's Stinkflower Ale.
There you go.
That's a good.
Put that on advertisement.
I liked how it had those extra little help for the rolls, and the fact that you can add tokens on the fly to change how the map works.
Yeah, I really like that, because like the way that the game is pitched in the rulebook is A, do whatever the fuck you want, which is awesome, and B, just like DMs can shuffle the index deck before they even so they don't plan out encounters. They can just shuffle a deck and like lay out 4 cards and be like, okay, so I know there's a bridge, I know there's a spooky castle, and I know there's a minotaur, and I know there's like a swamp. So it's just you just put them in whichever order you want and be like, that's what we're doing today. And that's cool for people who don't have enough time to really prep like bigger games. But also you could totally do what we did today and just give your players cards and have them tell you where we are. And that seems really neat too. I have absolutely no idea how Leo's group plays this game without using cards. Because like, you said that you guys don't use the index cards portion when you're playing it. Is it just like, simplistic rolls are good? I also... okay, sorry, go ahead.
Honestly, basically the simplest way I can put it when we're playing with my other DM who uses index, just switch to D&D's like combat system and like stats and all that with index, and it's more or less it. The DM kind of controls that, like the location, the setting, and everything. Like typical DM stuff.
Okay, yeah, I mean, like, and I'm not knocking anybody's DMing styles. Like, play whatever way you like, as long as people are having fun, I'm here for it. But I also think that Roll20's character sheet integration for once actually really I really liked it, you know? Like the fact that you guys could just click on your abilities and it was so easy and everything's just set up right there.
Yeah.
Heart also had amazing Roll20 integration, and I realize that is not Roll20 setting that up. That is the designers of the books that do that work. So
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. Even with the extra crunch, like you were saying there, because of the integration with the system we're using, it's not a big lift over just a standard D20 roll because you just click the button. So it's more work on like the M's part of like what kind of roll it is, but you know, you seemed fine with that. So.
yeah, I've played enough Blades in the Dark, played enough Forge in the Dark games. I'm used to asking people what kind of roll they're about to make. So yeah, that real quick recap for everybody that might have missed the beginning. Today's game was set in this the Valhalla Calling game from season 2, but right at the pivotal moment where Soki played the clown horn, he died. Soki was never able to edit what we were doing, so we had the unedited version of what would have happened to that world, and it would have been fucking destroyed, and the crew would have been wrecked, and everybody there were some deaths and we just didn't put them on screen, but know that if you were there, you died, unless you were these 4. They survived it. Yeah, you caught a laser to the face, man, I'm sorry, but the drive to get home to protect Liminal from the whales getting there themselves, you guys you killed a sacred beast, you broke wings off of a sacred artifact, you trapped a spirit into a mana battery. You guys were willing to go dark to get back, and then you did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead.
I have one curious question though.
For sure.
What is... I'm not sure if there is, there isn't. What is the correlation between the light, the tears of magical light, and him being full of sorrow when it happened?
I think that was Nyx helping you out. The whole time, Nyx is trying to help you guys through these horror things.
Ah. So that's
our
fortune teller giving a little helping hand?
Exactly.
Ooh.
Because Nyx doesn't want you all to die. You guys are being tortured by someone or something, but somebody's there to help you. And you guys have done so successfully. You guys saved the town. 16 out of 20. I know 4 people died, but that's a lot more than we thought were going to die in the Don't Let Us Die in the Cold of This Winter Night, whatever, game. But yeah, you did it. So Nyx is continuously trying to help you guys not be tortured to death.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think that is... Tomorrow we are playing Lancer at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we play Mouse Guard at 6 p.m. on Wednesday. So look out for those games. Nika, can you switch back to the other screen real quick? How do I flip this card? I made the back of these tarot cards, but we never got to see them. Look at it. Look at my back of my card.
Look how fancy they are.
So cool.
Want everybody to see it. It's mostly Mid-Journey stuff, but I had to do work.
Be astounded.
All right, there we go. I just wanted to, I didn't know if that was ever on screen. So yeah. Please tune in if you can tomorrow and Wednesday. Other than that, I'm gonna go because I gotta go to the bathroom so bad.
Oh, well.
We're gonna wrap up here. So thank y'all for hanging out. Thank y'all for playing and for suggesting this game. for grabbing cards, and for all the things. We will see y'all tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific. Bye forever.
Goodbye, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.